Okay, if you look right there, then you can catch the light.
Yeah, you can see it.
You can see I made it flange. So where's our panel? Here it is. So we're going to have to incorporate this piece to our car. We'll have to do that. And then once I get all this clamped down, that should line up, and you can see the flange on there, and we'll be able to flange weld that together. You kind of get the idea of what's going on here. Once again, this is a driver restoration. This is not a concourse restoration. But I guarantee you one thing, when I get done with this, you'll never know that all these pieces were welded together like this. You'll see. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to fit the trim to the car, and you can kind of see where we're at. This is not fitting in here properly like it should, because this is very important to have this fit in there. And this edge right here, we still got to do some molding. And I'm thinking what I need to do is I need to lift that up like that and cut this corner out so it'll go down in there more. Now we do have this piece on here which lines up, but this piece here we need to trim. So I see where it's actually hitting the corner of this, so I need to cut this out and get it to shape properly. So that helped us bring it down, but I still think that right there is going to be an issue. Let's see what it does now. If we set it up in here, and you can basically see, yeah, it's a fucked up deal, people. Fucked up fucking deal. I'm gonna have to mock the glass up in here and figure this out, because I think we're gonna have to take this off. I think that by putting this on top of this and lifting it up, raise this panel up too high, and yeah, this is not gonna fucking work. Not gonna work. Shit. Fucking bitch, man. Fuck. Okay, what I did, I went ahead and put this around the window. These are paint sticks to manipulate the glue that we're going to be putting in there. And we found out that by doing that and laying the chrome on the glass where it's supposed to be, we are very high. I don't know if you can see that scribe right there. Can you see the scribe line going all the way down? So that's actually where this lip should be. So I think the two-door, which that's what we used the two-door deck lid panel, is actually higher up. It's a higher up situation, and this is a deeper pocket than the four-door. So what I'm going to do, and if I fuck it up this time, then what's going to happen is we are screwed and I'll have to buy another panel. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this line out. You can see where the scribe is, where the chrome actually sits on the top. And then, once I cut that out, then what I'll have to do is I will have to take this scrap metal right here off of this panel and add to that lip and then graph it into this panel. So you can see the scribe line right there. It goes all the way down. You can see how much taller that is compared to where it's supposed to be. And then once I get that cut, then we'll take all these pieces off. And I think I'm going to go ahead and spot weld these together so they don't fall off. And then once I cut that out, then we will add, this will actually drop back down to this level. You see what I'm saying? So we really don't have to weld these together due to the fact that it is welded back here and it's also spot welded here. So it's not going to be flimsy as we go. Okay, so this is where our molding sits. I still got to clean that up. I did that on purpose. I didn't want to cut right on the line. If you look right here, you can see where I went a little bit below the line. That's okay though. We'll be all right. But I got to clean that line up. And then once I clean that line up, then we got to make this piece here that goes all the way across from here over to there, to get this to mold up and manufacture the way we want it to. Okay, what I did is I made a pattern, and what I'm doing now is cutting it out. So our first attempt, by taking the existing two-panel channel, the two-door channel did not work. Now we are going to another extreme where we will have to make this panel right here, and the way I'm doing that is with a piece of cardboard. Go back in my videos if you have never seen me do this.
Poster board.
What do I call it?
Cardboard.
Yeah. And what I do, you can see where it made a mark here. So this is the mark that, and I got it cut exactly on the line, and then this is where our flange is, and then this is where the end is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it right in the middle of the flange, just like this, because I still want to use my flange for support. I don't want to butt weld everything. Does that make sense? So if you look right here, go over there please so they can see the edge. You can see where this fits, but when I push it down, it'll bring it to that level. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how so when I weld this on here, that'll bring that down to there. Now Minnie can't do this. She only can use her right hand. She can't use both hands to do stuff, which I don't understand that. Okay, take it off. And there's our pattern. You want to give me the green tape, please? So what I did, I went ahead and scribed our pattern out. You can see it on there. And now what I'm going to do is take my green tape and I'm going to put it on the inside of the line. I'm not going to put it on the outside. And I'm going to try to follow the line as close as I can. And now if we look at that, that's going to be the pattern that we're going to use on the back deck lid. Okay, so now what we'll do is take it back over there, test fit it again. Okay, if Minnie can line that up.
That's it right there.
And I think we got it. Right there, let go. So we're going to weld this on first. And then once that's welded, we can bring it down to line it up. Because if we just welded this first, hold that on there. We have to weld it at an angle like this first. You see what I'm saying? So we got to spot weld this first, because if we weld this first, look what's going to happen.
All right.
So we got to get this where it's at the right angle.
Because this is actually like a little swoop up.
Okay, I'm going to clean this off. I'm going to get it spot welded on here, and then we're going to test fit it and see how it works. Okay, we went ahead and welded it so it was facing up, not flat. So now what we're going to do, and I can see this is going to take a little bit of welding. We're going to go ahead and start spot welding that in. And I'm going to start down there. It looks like I might have to grind it. Okay, so we got our panel where it's supposed to be, just like that. We are using our flange weld, and this is going to take some body work. I'm not going to say it's not, but when you do a job like this, this is what happens. All right. We've now got our panel spot welded in. We got all our grooves done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to test fit that in. I think this went down here like that. Let me spot weld that. But we'll wait on that. So we're going to go ahead and test fit it in. We're going to see how it fits. Grab that in. Easy. Stick your end in. Got it? Let go. That looks pretty good. Let's see how our trim looks on it. Here. And with some body work and a little manipulation and a little more grinding, I think it'll work. What do you think?
I think it'll be beautiful.
It's a little fucked up over there, but I'll be able to work with it and add on to make this work like we want. Of course, we got welds that are holding it up. See the weld right there?
Yeah.
If you take that weld off, then there's other welds. I still got to do some grinding.
Push that down a little bit and that'll fit down
Yeah.
just a little bit more.
I'll add a little bit of more metal over there, and then I think it'll fit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and weld it up, and then we'll see how it goes from there. I think we got this where we're going to put it. Come on over here, let me show you. You can see we got it fit pretty good in here. I got to do a little bit of welding here where I grind it through. But other than that, it fits pretty well. And then the same on this side, it fits pretty good. We got a little bit of a gap here. There's a little bit of a gap over there. But the rest of it fits really nice. There's a gap right here. I got to do something about that. It looks like I'm going to have to cut this and then bend that back. So it's a little high right here. So I'm going to have to cut that back. And then I noticed that this isn't going down in there on the corner right here. And I got to weld this corner in as well. So if we take the trim off, you can see right here where this weld is. That's why that's sticking out. I got to grind all this weld down and get rid of that. It actually looks like it came out pretty good. That's the best it's going to get, I can tell you that. And I got the sticks in here to compensate for the glue. And then this will actually go on here like that. And then there you go. I got the quarter panels fit in, ready to go. I'm waiting on the left floor to get here and all these braces, and then we'll be able to put the floor in. Once the floor's in, then I can take them quarter panels off, the inside quarter panel, and we can put the floor extensions and quarter panels on. Once all that's done, the back end of the car is done. Then I can go ahead and do the body work on this and double check and make sure everything works on that. I'm waiting for the clips to get here. I found a place online that sells the window clips for $12 for 50. That was actually really cheap compared to everybody else. So when those get here, I'll go ahead and put the clips in here. We'll put the glass back in it, and we'll push the clips. We'll put the chrome in to make sure all that fits and is well. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the opening up really good and rust proof all that, and I'll go ahead and fix these corners, and we're pretty much done.